Identify the asymptotes and graph this rational equation right here. All right, well, first things first, there's going to be two asymptotes that we're going to look for. The vertical asymptote, okay, the vertical asymptote, so much writing, is going to be whatever number makes the denominator equal to 0 and therefore makes this undefined. -1 is going to make the bottom here equal to 0, because if I were to do x plus 1 equals 0, subtract 1 from both sides, I would get -1. So x equals -1 is going to be my vertical asymptote. My horizontal asymptote, more writing. Use this time to like and subscribe and make a comment, your favorite type of asymptote. Anyway, horizontal asymptote is this number right here. Okay, the number floating around on the outside that does a vertical shift up or down. Since this is -2, my horizontal asymptote is the equation y equals -2. Now, in order for me to graph, I'm going to look for two more things, okay? I'm going to look for the x-intercept, and I'm going to look for the y-intercept, okay? So let's do the x-intercept first, okay, the harder one. The x-intercept, also known as the 0, also known as the roots, is what happens when you set f of x equal to 0, okay, because your y is going to be equal to 0. So if we do that, we would have 0 equals 3 over x plus 1 minus 2. If we add 2 to both sides, that gets me 2 equals 3 over x plus 1. Multiply both sides by x plus 1. All right, so we're going to have a little bit of distributive action over here. X plus 1. So 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 1 is 2. So we have 2x plus 2 equals 3, because that cancels out. Okay, since I'm running out of space, subtract 2. 2x is going to equal 1. And then divide by 2, and we have an x-intercept happening at 1/2. Okay, so that's going to be my x-intercept. That's going to happen at 1/2. Now to find my y-intercept, which is a whole lot friendlier, you are going to set, we'll say y equals instead of f of x equals. You're going to set 0 equal to 1. So you're going to get y equals 3 over 0 plus 1. I'm sorry, x equals a 0, minus 2. So I have 3 over 1 minus 2, which is 3 minus 2, which is 1. So that's going to be my y-intercept. So let's graph all of these things that I found out, and from there I can sketch, for the most part, what this picture is going to look like. My vertical asymptote is a vertical line that goes through -1, so it's going to look like this. No part of my graph is going to touch that red dashed line. My horizontal asymptote happens at x equals -2. Now, rational functions look one of two ways, either like this, right, or like this. These numbers are going to help me which version I'm going to get. My x-intercept is going to be 1/2, so I'm going to put a dot right there. Okay, my y-intercept is going to be 1, so I'm going to put a dot right there. What this tells me is that in order for me to draw this out, I have to have a line that goes through these two dots, which means I have this version right here. So we're sketching now. We're not looking for perfection. But we're going to draw a curve that goes through these dots and kind of levels out at the asymptotes, like that. Okay? Obviously, no perfection. If I wanted to pick points and plug them in, I guess I could do that. But I'm just going to kind of sketch it out nicely and have my green line follow the asymptotes. Okay? So that's how you graph a rational function along with identifying its asymptotes. Fun stuff.